Hi everyone, welcome back to Scrummy. I've had lots of requests for a traditional trifle, one with jelly. We all love a bit of jelly in our trifle, and that's what I'm going to make today. This is the actual trifle I was reared with. For about 20 years, my mother always made this trifle. Things changed when she went to a cookery demonstration by Frank Moynihan, and she learned how to make a different type of trifle, one with no jelly, and this particular trifle had pureed strawberries and peaches in it. It's absolutely beautiful, and I know some of you have tried it and loved it too. I'll happily put a link to that video tutorial in the comments below if you'd like to try that one. It's called a Christmas trifle. We always called it Mammy's trifle because she made it so often. So to get back to my traditional one, we're going to start with the jelly. I'm using one of these jellies. You can use strawberry or raspberry. I'm going to go with the strawberry, and this is 135 grams. So get that into a jug, and I've got some boiling water here, and I'm going to dissolve this in about 250 mils of boiling water. We need to stir this now until it dissolves fully, and then I'm going to top it up to 570 mils with cold liquid. Alright, this is fully dissolved now, so I'm going to top this up to 570 mils. I'm using the juice from the fruit cocktail, which I've strained, so just pour that in there. Just make sure not to go over 570 mils. I also need a little bit of water. And that's perfect. I'm going to set this to one side now to cool completely. And I've got myself my new trifle bowl. I bought this one in Next, and I have to say I absolutely love it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to put in here is our trifle sponges. I buy my ones, and these are the ones I get from Tesco. And you need 300 grams of trifle sponges. There's 160 in each of these packs, so I'll just take one out and we'll go with 300. So get them in there. Push it down like that. Now you'd add your sherry. I'm not adding sherry because my kids will not eat this if I put sherry in it. So you'd use about 2 to 3 tablespoons, just sprinkle it over and let it soak in for about 4 to 5 minutes. I remember my mother having a bottle of table sherry, especially for trifle. It was just taken out when she'd make a trifle. In later years, she'd often use Harvey's Bristol Cream or Winter's Tale. They'd be lovely in it as well. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add my fruit cocktail, and I've just used a tin of fruit cocktail, taken the liquid off it, and I used some of the liquid from my jelly. I'm going to sprinkle this over. I also remember the fruit cocktail was fighting over the one cherry that would be in it. So that's looking good. My jelly has cooled enough, so I'm going to pour this over now. That's perfect. This is going to go into the fridge now for about 4 hours until the jelly sets. So let's get into the fridge now. Alright everyone, my jelly and sponge has fully set. It's been in the fridge for about 4 hours. You can see some lovely bits of jelly down there along the side. Looks pretty good. I know some of you are going to say to me, there's not enough jelly in that. Well, if you like a bit more jelly, I'm going to give you 2 options for how you can get more jelly into this trifle. The first one is when you make your trifle, when you put your sponges in, you could use 2 packs of jelly, double the amount of liquid, dissolve it, and get it in on top of your sponges. I would reduce your sponges down to about 200 grams instead of 300 grams too. Get it into the fridge and let it set. Another option is make your first pack, as I did at the start of this video, and get it to this stage. Then you could make a second pack of jelly up with the 570 mils of water. Get it into on top of this and get it into the fridge, and you'll have some nice layers. You'll have a lovely layer of jelly and sponge. Then you'll have a layer of jelly itself with nothing in it, When your jelly has set, you can add your cooled custard and your cream at the very end. And that's it. A beautiful trifle and lots of jelly for you. So there's two options if you want to make this a little bit different. I'll include all the instructions in the recipe too. Okay, so now I'm going to make my custard. Set this to one side. In here I've got 600 ml of milk. You can use whole milk or low-fat milk. I'm going to get 3 tablespoons of custard. I'm just using Bird's custard. This is what we always used. If you want to use a shop-bought custard, one that's already made, make sure to go for one that's nice and thick. If you get one that's quite thin, put it in a saucepan and just heat it a little bit to just remove some of the liquid from it and make it a little bit thicker. So I'm going to get 3 tablespoons of custard in here. I'm going for 3 because I want the custard a little bit thicker. This is how I always do custard. I take some of the liquid out and pour it in here. And I dissolve the custard in this little bit of milk. Just helps prevent lumps. It's important not to have any lumps in this, so don't add it to your milk until it's lump-free. If you'd like to make your own custard for this, I do have a recipe for a Manchester tart where I make a homemade custard. You could check that one out and I'll put a link to that video in the comments below if you want to make one from scratch. I have to say, homemade custard is absolutely gorgeous. But I want to make this nice and easy for you, so that's why I'm going to use the Bird's custard. And it's perfectly okay, there's nothing wrong with it. We were rare done it. And get that in there. A whisk is very handy when you're heating your custard, to use one of these and to whisk it the whole time while it's heating up. Just give that a good whisk to make sure there's no lumps in it. One thing I forgot, I'm going to add some sugar, 2 tablespoons of sugar. It's optional, but I like to add it. I like a little bit of sweetness in the custard. Now we're going to get this onto some heat and I'm going to keep whisking it while it thickens up. I'm going to whisk this now until it starts to thicken. Once it starts to bubble, I turn the temperature down and let it simmer and keep whisking until it's nice and thick. It will thicken further as it cools down. It's bubbling away, so we can remove this from the heat now. Just give it a good whisk. And it's very important that you let this cool down completely. It's roasting hot now, but it has to be cool now before you put it on the jelly, otherwise it'll melt the jelly. I'm going to show you a quick tip. If you're ever cooling custard for anything and you don't want that skin to form on your custard, get yourself a little piece of cling wrap and we're going to sit this on top of the custard. Just helps prevent that skin forming. It's not very nice when it does form. So just sit it on top like that. Press it down on top of the custard. Perfect. And we're going to let this cool completely now, so we'll see you shortly. All right, everyone, my custard is ready, so I'm just going to remove the cling wrap. It's nice and cool. Get my trifle. And now I'm going to get my custard on top. It'll have set a little, but don't worry about that. You can just spread it out. Great. Get yourself a spoon and spread the custard out so it's nice and level. Perfect, and I'm going to get this into the fridge now while I whip the cream. I'm ready to whip up my cream now. In here I've got 375 ml of double cream, and just a little tip for you, take your cream out of the fridge about half an hour to come to room temperature before you whisk it. So into here I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of icing sugar. This is optional. And a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So we're going to whip this up now until it's nice and thick. Just be careful not to over whip it. Perfect. That's my cream, nice and thick. So I'm going to get this onto my trifle now. So you can see that's a lovely consistency for cream. Beautiful. So we're going to get this onto the trifle and cover the custard completely, right out to the edges. Great. I've got some hundreds and thousands here. We always put them on the trifle, so that's what I'm going to go for today. The old traditional look. So lots of hundreds and thousands onto there. Beautiful. And I've got some cherries. These are cocktail cherries and I got these in Asda. They're not too expensive. They're always nice to put on desserts. So I'm going to put some of these on. To just really set it off. And one in the centre. And there it is, folks. What do you think? Doesn't it look amazing? This will bring back lots of memories for all of you. That's my traditional trifle, sponge, strawberry jelly, optional sherry if you want a sherry version, custard, and a beautiful sweetened cream. I can't wait to tuck into this. I'm going to place it in the fridge for about half an hour and then we're going to serve some up. Alright, it's time to try this and you're going to need one big spoon so you can get down to the bottom of this bowl. Okay, let's try this. The layers have turned out beautifully and you can see them perfectly in my new trifle bowl. This is exactly how trifle tasted when we were kids. Sweet, creamy, fruity and so comforting. And of course, that one cherry in the fruit cocktail we all used to hope we get. If you grew up with this, you'll know the first spoonful says it all. And that's my trifle recipe. An easy recipe for you all to make, a beautiful recipe for Christmas or any other time of the year. I know this trifle is going to bring back so many wonderful memories for you all, and I bet one memory you all have is being the one who wanted that one red cherry out of the fruit cocktail. Anyway everyone, try the recipe, let me know what you think. You'll find the full recipe in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment and share. See you all soon. Happy baking everyone and enjoy. Bye bye.